Hi, it's Sandra. Welcome to Create in Spain. And today I'm using my iPad, which is a iPad Pro 9.7 with an Apple Pencil. The reason I wanted to do a video today is because I just got my mitts on an app called Procreate. It's been around for a long while, but I've not bothered with it up until now. But the reason I decided to go for Procreate is because I really enjoy making my own custom brushes, digital custom brushes. And I haven't done it for a while because it involved working on my laptop normally. And with this app, I can do it on my iPad and I can draw things and I can make them into custom brushes, and it's great fun. Great time waster too, really. But Procreate costs at the moment, I think it was £4.99. It's a very, very good app. It does far more than just create brushes, I can assure you, but that's what I wanted it for. So I'm just going to open an untitled artwork, i.e. a blank page, and I'm just going to show you how this actually works. So what I want to do is just to draw something very, very simple. So I will just draw a little flower, like so. Oh, how sweet. Actually, that's not very clever. Let's give myself a different one. Actually, no, I'll stick to the studio pen. Okay, let's start again. Right. Oops. Sorry, my iPad moved then. I've got it stood up and I've pressed against it and it moved. Okay, so there we go, that will do. And I want to give it a colour fill. So go to the right corner where the colour swatch is and just drag the colour swatch into the centre of the flower and boom, it fills it. I like that. I think that's great. Okay, so this is the image that I want to make my brush from. So I need to go to the spanner here. I've got the share clicked already. Share the artwork. This gives me some options. Now I want to save it in PNG because that gives me transparent background. And I'm just going to share the image and it's going to put it in with my photographs. So I'm now going to go to the layers here and I'm just going to delete this, like so. Okay, so now I want to make my brush. Tap on the brush icon and tap to get the other brushes showing up and the other categories showing up. Now I'm just going to scroll over and just here I have one called Objects, which is one that I've been playing around with. This is just my own file box. Now to add something to this, you just click on the plus button and you have your brush import box. Now there are two things that you need to do. Because of the way that Procreate makes its brushes, it's made in two different pieces that join together. The first is the shape source, and that would be the heart that I just drew. So I'm going to go to my photo stream, and there we go, I've got it. Now the grain is how that is going to be filled. And in this particular case, if I go to the Pro Library, I'm just going to go for a straightforward plain fill, like so. Now if I go to the stroke, I can see how this is going to play out. Now the spacing is way too close, but if I space them far apart, you can see that I've got squares with my pattern in it. And obviously this isn't quite what I have in mind. And this is because of the way that the things are masked. So I'm going to go back to my source and just tap with two fingers on the left hand square and it will invert the mask or the colours. Okay, so that will now, if I go to my stroke, come up exactly as I would expect it. And I can alter how close these are so they can run into each other or they can be spaced out. And I've got something like 25 different options that I can play with and alter to get the effect that I want. Jitter, for example, makes them go either side of the plotted line. So you can have a bit of jitter in there. You can have tapering on strokes, both at the top and the bottom of the stroke. You can alter the size and the opacity. This is the one that alters the properties of the shape itself. And I can have it randomized. I don't know what azimuth is. I'm just going to put that on. Interesting. Oh well, have it on anyway. The grain you can make bigger or smaller. In this particular case, it doesn't matter because I just got a blank colour fill. If I had stripes or something like that, how close together those stripes were might matter. It might be that my images are so small that one stripe would fill the entire image, or it might be that it's so big that there's no fill to it whatsoever. So you can alter that to your heart's content. Dynamics, how colour mix is done. So you can have things falling off, or you can leave them full on if you want. If you have it on glazed, it means that it's rather like it is, I think, in Photoshop, that if you go over something, it increases the depth of it, the opacity of it. You can alter the speed of the flow and so on. Now here you have pencil settings, so you can alter things by use of how much pressure or the tilt of the pencil. And then you have general settings, and you can increase the maximum size of your shape. You can put a minimum on there as well if you want to. And then you go back to your source again. So if we go back to the stroke, this is what my stroke is going to look like at the moment. If I decrease the jitter, there we go. And if I increase the spacing, I get that. So let's see what the stroke plays out like. There we go. And I can get random flowers in different places. You can see where I've gone over a flower before, because I've got the glaze on, it makes it darker. There we go. Now you're not stuck to just the images that you can make yourself. You can use writing. If you do calligraphy or something like that, you can share your calligraphy to your brush and you can have your words scattered around the page. If you import photographs and things, you can mask off bits of photos and use that for brushes. You can use all sorts of things to make brushes. But that is the basic how to do it. Hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.